Good. Hi, children. How are you? In the previous classes, we have discussed about two important topic in your science, that is nutrition in plants and animals, right? So, next lesson, chapter 3, that is fiber to fabric, right? What is the chapter you are going to study, ma? That is fiber to fabric. See, the name indicates itself. In order to make fabrics, fibers plays a very important role. How do we get fibers? We get fibers from plants and animals, right? So we are getting fibers from cotton plant, right? Have you observed the picture now? Observe this. So we are getting fiber from plant source such as cotton. Next to animal, which is that sheep, and we are getting fiber from chemicals, right? So what we have to understand, we have to make fabrics. In order to make fabrics, fibers plays a very important role. Okay, so how do we get fibers? Observe carefully now. So what do you understand? We are getting fibers from plants and animals. Okay, next slide you observe, children, very important. See, the fibers may be obtained from plant source, okay, or animal source, or chemicals. The fibers are changes into or converted into yarn. Already I have studied in 6th standard. The process of conversion of fibers into yarn is called as spinning. Have you heard the name of spinning? Spinning means what? We are getting yarn from fibers. That means conversion of fibers from yarn. Yarn ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? ದಾರದ ಉಂಡೆ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ. So observe carefully the thread. You can see thin strand of fibers. Many fibers are there, children. Then next step is observe carefully this. So what is that one? Fibers we are getting from plant, animal or chemical, that is changes into yarn by the process of spinning. From yarn to what are these? They are called fabrics. How do we convert from yarn to fabric? By the process of weaving and knitting. Then after stitching the fabric, we are getting different types of cloths. Observe carefully this slide. Very important. So fibers to yarn by the process spinning, then yarn to fabric, that means by weaving and knitting. Then after stitching we are getting cloths, right? Next observe carefully, children. Very important. This is the concept map, children. So fibers. How do we get fibers? We get fibers from plants, animals and chemicals. I have shown first slide now. So what do we call when we convert fibers into yarn? That method is called spinning. Then yarns are converted into fabric by two patterns. One is weaving and knitting. You have done activity in 6th standard by paper, right? Then fabric to cloths by stitching. Clear? So this is the concept map of the fiber to fabric from plant source. Observe carefully, children. How do we classify the fibers? There are two types of fibers, children. One is natural fibers, another one is synthetic fibers. The name indicates itself, natural. That means the fibers which are obtained from plants and animals, they are called natural fibers. What are the natural fibers? Plants and animals. So what are natural fibers obtained from the plants? Cotton, jute, coir. ಕಾಟನ್ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ? ಓಕೆ, ಹತ್ತಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ಅದು. ಜೂಟ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, ಜೂಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಗು. ಸೊ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೋಣಿ ಚೀಲ ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಜೂಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಗು. ಕೊಯರ್, ತೆಂಗಿನಕಾಯಿದಿರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅನಿಮಲ್ಸಿಂದ ವೂಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸಿಲ್ಕ್. ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ fibers. So what about synthetic fibers? First slide I have shown, no dear, synthetic fibers. Yeah, observe. See, the fibers which are made by chemicals, that is called synthetic fibers. Which are the example for synthetic fibers? See, polyester, nylon, acrylic. These are the example for synthetic fibers. Polyester. So you know, when we are wearing the dresses, polyester, cotton dress, polyester dress. Okay. Then nylon. Toothbrush you are using, no? And thread you are using, children, that is made by nylon. Okay, acrylic. This is the another type of synthetic material. Clear? So, in 6th standard, you have studied about natural fibers which are obtained from plants. I hope clear. This class means 7th standard, you have to study about the fibers obtained from animals. Clear? So in the previous classes means 6th standard what you have studied ma? So fiber to fabric chapter is there in 6th, but continued version. What is that one? We have studied only the plant fibers. Clear? Now this class what you have to focus? You have to focus fiber to fabric from animals. So what we have to study? We have to study wool and silk. These two are the natural animal fibers. Please copy these to your classwork, children. Very, very important. Okay, next observe carefully. What we have to study now? Okay. So what are the animal fibers, ma? Wool and silk. How do we get wool? So, what is the importance use of wool? By observing this, what do you notice? What is your observation? Yes, ma'am. So, wool keeps our body warm. Okay, the person is holding ice cream, then she is wearing shawl. Okay, gloves, even dog see papa. Okay, what do you observe, ma? When during winter season we are using wool. Okay, why? Because it keeps us warm. Clear? Next slide, observe carefully. So, please copy these questions to your classwork, children. Okay, topic fiber to fabric. From where do we get wool? We get wool from hair or fleece of sheep, goat, yak, and some other animals. These animals have thick coat of hair and wool is derived or obtained from their hair. How do we get wool, ma? We get wool from hair of sheep. ಓಕೆ ಫ್ಲೀಸ್ ಅಂತಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಏರ್ ಆಫ್ ಶೀಪ್ ಅಂತಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಕರಿಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಫ್ಲೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಶೀಪ್, ಗೋಟ್, ಯಾಕ್. Suppose if you are getting wool from sheep, we can call it as sheep fleece, goat, yak. Some other examples for wool yielding animals, right? Why these animals have thick coat of hair? Okay, so you know very well. So air keeps these animals warm. The skin is very thin, children, so that it is covered by hairs are covered by it is air keeps these animals warm and protect them from cold during winter. What is the importance of what is that one? Thick air. Okay, because fur traps air close to animal skin, and air does not, very very important point, children, air does not allow it to lose their lose from their body. That means, for example, now I am suffering from cold. Okay, now imagine winter season, I am wearing sweater, right? So what is that one? Heat will, the sweater or the wool helps to, what is that one? Maintain heat. It never allow the heat to go outside, so that what will happen? The heat will be remain inside the our body. That means it maintain the same temperature. It never allow it to pass outside, so it does not allow it to lose from their body. Why? Because air is a poor conductor of heat and electricity, right? So next, observe carefully, children. Why do we prefer wool in winter? Why do we prefer cotton in summer? See why, children? See, wool fibers. How do we get wool? Obtained from animals. They trap in the air in between them. Why? Because air is a poor conductor of heat. Okay, this point is very important, children. This air prevents the loss of heat from our body to the cold surrounding, so we feel warm. What about why we are wearing cotton? Already we prefer cottons in summer, right? So cotton is very thin fiber and cannot trap air. They cannot trap or absorb air, so that they cannot prevent the loss of heat from our body. Thus, cotton cloths are worn in summer month. I hope you understand, children. Comparison of winter season and summer season. What type of clothes we are wearing, ma? We are wearing sweater. Sweater is made by wool. So what type of clothes we are wearing? In summer, we are wearing cotton cloths. I hope you understand, children. Now let us move on to the another important question number 3. Name some animals from which we get wool. Okay. So can you give some example, ma'am, from which we get wool? Yes. Observe this first picture, children. Sheep, yak. This is Angora goat. What is this picture represent, ma? See once again, sheep. This is yak. Another one is Angora goat. See, thick fur, children. Okay. And Kashmiri goat. Alpaca. What is that one? Alpaca. Next to another one is very important, llama. These are the examples of certain animals or wool yielding animals. Once again, children, see, please note down in your book. Open the page number 25 and observe the pictures, children. Okay. So one is sheep, yak, Angora goat, Kashmiri goat, alpaca, llama. These are the examples for some animals. They get wool. Clear? Next. Name some animals from which we get wool. You know very well. I have shown, no? So what are the animals? Sheep. So sheep commonly available wool in the market. So we are getting wool, no? That is getting from the sheep. Suppose if we are getting wool from the yak, we can call it as yak wool. Commonly where it is available? In Tibet and Ladakh. Angora goat. Angora wool, Illi region, Jammu and Kashmir, right? Kashmiri goat, soft wool. So Pashmina shawl, maybe I think you might have heard the name. So when you purchase the shawl, they will say that, hey, this is Kashmiri shawl, yeah, famous for that. That means soft wool, children. That is called as Pashmina shawl. Clear? And camel also yield wool, children. That is called as alpaca and llama. They are found in South America. Very important question, children. They are going to ask you in your examination. Name some animals from which we get wool. Clear? Next, observe carefully, children. So, usually, generally, we are getting wool from sheep, hair, children, or fleece. Commonly available wool in the market. Sheep, see how beautifully the picture is, children. So, it is made by, covered by thick fur. It traps the hair, children. Clear? Next, we can observe another. Very, very important. In order to get good quality of wool, what we have to do? We have to select the two important breeding. Breeding means what, children? We have to select two parents. So, two types of fibers are there, children. I tell you later. So, how can we select the breeding? Why we have to select the parents? So, because selecting parents for obtaining special characters in their offspring. Offspring means child. Clear? So, is called it as selective breeding. In order to get good quality of wool, we have to select parents. So, parent A, imagine, parent B, imagine, right? The parent A, that means father, imagine, children. Father, the father having soft under hair. Mother, the mother having soft under hair. It means in sheep, okay? So when they cross between, what about the child nature, you tell me? For example, mother is having, the color of the mother is white. Father of the color is white. So when they combine, what would be the possibility of the child? That means the color of the child is also white, right? In the similar way, while selecting the parents, we should understand the characters, soft air nature. Clear? So this selection is called as selective breeding. Selecting parents for obtaining special characters. What special characters? Wool. Clear? Next, children. Okay. So, ma'am, in which state we are rearing and breeding sheep, ma'am? What are the states, ma'am? See, already we know that sheep are herbivores, right? They generally feed with grass, common leaves, pulses, corn, jawar, oil flakes, and dry fodder. Clear, children? So, herbivores. Herbivores means plant eating animals. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಯಾವುದೇ ಶೀಪು ಕಾಯಿಲೆ ಬರಲ್ಲ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ, ಆಡು ಮುಟ್ಟದ ಸಪ್ಪಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ. ಅಂದರೆ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಅದು ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ ಅರ್ಬಿವೋರ್ ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ, ಸೊ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಹೈ ಮೆಡಿಸಿನಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಥರದ ಸೊಪ್ಪು ತಿನ್ನುತ್ತೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾಯಿಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಬೇಕು ಹೇಳಿ? Yes or no? So why? Because sheep are herbivore. Generally, they feed with grass, variety of grass. They have high medicinal value, children. So where these breeding takes place, ma'am? So Jammu Kashmir, Himachala Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Arunachala Pradesh, Sikkim, okay, etc. These are the places where the ರೇರಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬ್ರೀಡಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಶೀಪ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಕ್ತಾರೆ ಮಿಸ್, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳೆಸ್ತಾರೆ ಮಿಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಸ್ ಟು ರೇರ್ ದ ಶೀಪ್ಸ್. ಐ ಹೋಪ್ ಯು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಹಿಯರ್. Very, very important, children. See, observe the textbook, page number 26. Some Indian breeds of sheep. ಏನು ಮಿಸ್ ಹಂಗಂದರೆ, ಸೊ ಈಗ ನಾಯಿ ಮರಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಸೊ ಏನೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ? ಓ, ಜರ್ಮನ್ ಶೆಪರ್ಡ್, ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ರಡಾರ್, ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಏನವು ಬ್ರೀಡ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಶೀಪಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಬ್ರೀಡ್ ಇದೆ. ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಬ್ರೀಡ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಬ್ರೀಡ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಶೀಪ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್? ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ wool we are getting ma'am? Usually the sheep breed Lohi. What is that one, children? Lohi. It is the very good quality of wool we are getting from the sheep breed, children. That is called. So what do we get from the Lohi breed ma? We are getting good quality of wool. So states where they are found, we can found Lohi breeds in Rajasthan and Punjab. Next one is Rampur Bushair, brown fleece. Fleece means what, children? Once again, hair. Uttar Pradesh, Himachal Pradesh, right? Nali, carpet wool. We are using carpet now, children. Rajasthan carpet. So 1000 to 2000 they are saying no carpets. Okay, Nali carpet wool. Rajasthan, Haryana, Punjab. Clear? What about the next one, children? So Bakrawal. For woolen shawls, Bakar wall. What is that, children? Bakar wall for woolen shawls, Jammu and Kashmir. So Marwari, not Marwadi, Marwari, coarse wool, rough wool. Okay, so where it is available ma? In Gujarat. Next to Patanwadi for hosiery purpose. Hosiery purpose means housing purpose, socks, leggings. Okay, so they are using which, so they'll ask, so we are wearing leggings no, children, so how they will make ma? They are making leggings by for what is that one? Patanwadi. Clear? Gujarat. I please copy this to your classwork, dear. Very, very important, children. So we are getting wool from the sheep. Already you know that. What are the process we are using? What are the steps we are going to follow in order to make fabric from the wool? Clear? So there are very, very important 6 steps we have to follow systematically in order to get good fabric from wool. What is the first step, ma'am? You know already. So we generally wool getting from sheep, right? So from wool to fabric or sweaters, right? Observe carefully. What are the steps, children? Easy, no? First one is what they have to do. They have to collect the what? Fleece of sheep, right? That is called a shearing. What is that one? Shearing. So shearing means what? Removal of fleece or hair of sheep along with thin layer of skin. ನೋಡಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏರ್ನ ತೆಗಿತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಶೇವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಿಕ್ಚರ್, ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್, ವೆರಿ ಕೇರ್ಫುಲಿ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಟ್ ಒನ್ ಮಾ? ರಿಮೂವಲ್ ಆಫ್ fleece or hair of sheep along with thin layer of skin. Ayyo ma'am, that sheep may get hurt. No children, not like that. The outer layer of the skin is dead in nature. Shearing is usually done in summer month. ಯಾವಾಗ ಶೀರಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಪ್ಪ, ಶೇವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಪ್ಪ? ಸೊ ಸಮ್ಮರ್ ಮಂತಲ್ಲಿ. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ. So to cover his body, so air plays a very important role, no? So that usually shearing is usually done in summer month. I hope you understand, children. So why, ma'am? Along with the skin they will shear. No, nothing will happen, children. Uppermost layer of skin is dead in nature, so that it doesn't hurt sheep, just like our ear cut, children. I hope you understand, children. Next one is, what is the second step, ma'am? Scouring. Very, very important. So already shaving done, children. Scouring. Next step is scouring. What is that? So we are getting shearing of skin that skin should be, that air should be washing. So second process is scouring. In scouring, washing of shared skin and air. So what they have to do in second step, children? So washing of shared skin and air in tanks to remove grease, dust and dirt. I hope you understand, children. So how they will do scouring? By manual method, children. Okay, they are doing manually. If you want large scale, no, they will done by machines. Okay, so scouring is done manually or in machine. In order to require smaller quantity, children, they are done by manually. In order to get a larger quantity, children, so what they will do? They are done by machine. It makes the fleece clean. Why they are doing? What is the importance of scouring? It makes the fleece air clean, and then what they'll do? Fleece is then dried. Very important step, children. Next step is, first already shearing over, scouring over. Next one is sorting. You know, very easy. Sorting, classification, right? Suppose you observe carefully this picture, children. Carefully observe. Mango fruit, banana, some fruits are there. So they are arranging, classifying based on what? So based on the taste of the taste, or based on the season. Like that we are classifying the fruits, no, children. So based on the nutrient we are going to classify. In the similar way, so we have to do sorting of the fibers. That means, so what we have to do? Separate. This step is very very important and little bit danger also, children. I tell you later on. Okay. So what is it one? Sorting. Separation of fibers from different. On what basis we are going to sorting out or classified? Based on texture, color, length. Clear? It is done in factories. See how they will do sorting out, ma? So based on texture, quality, color and length. I hope you understand. Yeah. Next one is fourth step of processing of wool, that is a removal of burrs. ಹೌ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಸಿ, ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ ನೀವು ಸ್ವೆಟರಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಗುಳ್ಳೆ ಬಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ನಮಗೆ ಒಂಥರ ವಿಷಯ ಕೇಳಿಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಕೂದಲೆಲ್ಲ ನೆಟ್ಟಗಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಅಬ್ಬಾ ಗೂಸ್ ಬರ್ಸಿಯಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಇನ್ ದ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ ವೇ, ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಬರ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ರಿಮೂವ್ಡ್. ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಫ್ಲಫಿ ಫೈಬರ್ಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಬರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಪಿಕ್ಡ್ ಔಟ್. So okay, fibers are again scoured or washing and dried. Clear? Next very very important step, children, dyeing. So usually, children, what we are getting natural wool, that is white in nature, children. So but we are wearing different colors, right? Sweaters, shawls and all very attractive colors. If you go to market, no, very different colors. How they will get colors? So what they will do? Next step is dyeing the wool. Natural color of fleece is white, brown or black, but in this step the fibers are dyed in different colors. Observe carefully, children. Can you see how they are dyeing? Okay, very good, children. Next one, rolling. What is the last step, children? Rolling. Fibers are then rolled into yarn. I told you. So from fiber to conversion of fiber to yarn, that is very very important. That process is called as spinning. Now we are getting already fibers, then they are rolled into an yarn. From yarn they are getting fabric, making fabric. Fibers are then rolled into yarn. Longer fibers are wool for sweater, shorter fibers for spinning and weaving for woolen cloths. Then you know already we are getting, so yarn from fibers, then yarns are converted into fabric. So we are getting yarn from fibers, then yarns are converted into fabric. I hope you understand, children. Next is, so already, so rolling, how they are done, how they have done the, what is that one? Rolling process by weaving and spinning, children. Clear? At last, children, once again I would like to recall the law, all sixth steps, children. So what are these steps, children? What is the first step in order to get wool? Shearing. That means a removal of hair along with skin, right? Next one is scouring, washing, right? What about that? Later on, sorting based on what certain criteria. Next to removal of burrs, dyeing, rolling. These are the six steps to processing fibers into wool. I hope you understand, children. Next class, I would like to explain another important one more. What is that one? Fiber obtained from what? Silk. Very important, children. This is observe last slide. Occupational hazards of woolen industry. Open the page number 28.